Hello, all. This is Daniel Faust and our show War Hero to Superhero, helping military, veterans, and first responders transform their lives from the bedroom to the boardroom. This is our podcast show. You can always watch our live TV show at the Easy Way Network at your favorite streaming device. So, before we go over and jump in the content today, we want to give a special shout out to one of our favorite nonprofits. Our shout out tonight goes to Patty Catter, and the product placement, as you see, our t-shirt in this pixelated world is brought to you by Camp Comeback. Camp Comeback is a non-for-profit. 100% of the revenue goes to Camp Comeback for their missions. Their first mission is to help a veteran create a deep sea diving expedition event to go over and to help other veterans that struggle with PTSD and depression. So they use the deep sea fishing missions to go and do that. So each of these t-shirts that you go over and buy, 100% of the proceeds go to Camp Comeback. Not a single person goes over and makes money. All the people are 100% volunteers. And also this month, if you want to go to our store, you can go over and purchase t-shirts from ours, and 75% of those proceeds, which is $6 of profit out of every $8, will go to Camp Comeback. So we have a joint mission up until the 26th of June. So you can either go to Camp Comeback and go get your t-shirts directly if you like these ones. If you're more of a cotton wearer and you want to support our brand, you can buy our brand too, and you can go over and support. These shirts do wear true to size, just so you know. I like my shirts a little more form-fitting, so it actually fits in a small. It's a little looser. This is moisture wicking, so especially if you're in those hot, humid environments, it's definitely worthwhile to go over and wear. So thank you, Camp Comeback, for going over and being on our show, and Patty Catter, and hopefully this shout-out goes over and gets out there and helps more veterans to go over and go from surviving to thriving, especially with the missions you go over and support. All right, so let's go jump into our topic today is reconnecting in the boardroom, because the landscape looks new and old at the same time. You're going back to your boardroom and you're like, I haven't seen that in a while. I haven't seen my cubicle. I just haven't gone over and been there for a while. So the sights and the smells and the sounds are new, but they're old at the same time because we're going back to work and we're like, I don't know. You might be super excited to get out of the garage. You might be super deflated to get out of the garage or your office at home. And the question we must ask ourselves is, do we want to be the same? We have a choice, especially as this pivot into our lives, to go over and to change, because we don't have to go back to the same old routines that we interacted with Susie, Johnny, and everybody else. We can make responses and changes in that. So it doesn't have to be the same. Like a New Year's resolution, you can change and it can stick. So my challenge to you this week, today is a COVID resolution. I will bankify my relationships. If you want to go over and do that, I want you to write that in the chat. Your COVID resolution to go over for work as you're going back into the workforce, no matter if it's short or long, because we don't know what the next steps are, that I will bankify my relationships. And you're probably asking yourself, if you're a first-time listener or you haven't heard this message in a while, what do you mean by bankify my relationships? We're going to get to there in a moment. I have to go to my handy-dandy pocket to go over and get my props to show you. So what is Bankify? So the bank system or bank code system that we're going to be talking about today, and we took the word bank and we added a "fi" on there, is a scientific system to connect with others by delivering their values to them so they thrive. Most of the time in conversations, we deliver what we want. We say what we want, and we try to go over and guess at that person as we're connecting with them. It could be as you're going over and you're influencing somebody. Maybe you work in sales. Maybe you're just trying to connect with your teams and collaborate, and whatever it is. When we get into the boardroom, we go over and we tend to bring ourselves to the table. And that's important, to be authentic and to be real. But if I'm always bringing what I want, then a lot of the times the people I'm going to go over and connect with is not going to go well. So wouldn't it be best to take a scientific system to connect with others so that you can deliver their values so you can thrive, so your sales can go over and increase, your relationship currency can go over and increase, and you can even take this system not just from the boardroom, it's a system that can carry into the living room and the bedroom. And that's why we brought it into with War Hero to Superhero, because the system carries through and through. So the system bank is actually an acronym, and each letter means something, the bank part. So let's go jump into it. First is blueprint. You can either go over and buy these handy dandy cards, or you can go over and ask for me to send you, and you put in the comments, crack my code, and I'll send you a direct link so you can go do this online in less than 90 seconds. These particular cards go over and they can be used either for people that don't speak English and young kids, or go over and adults. So here's a look at the card right here. A blueprint person, if you're interactive and you want to deliver the right values to them so you're thriving, is that they look for stability. They love to go over and have the steady eddy. So COVID for them was very difficult. For them getting back to their desk and getting back to the way the things that they went, that's how you go over and get them to thrive. They also love to have structure to their day, structure to their processes. So when you're having a conversation, you don't just go willy-nilly, go walk to their cube. You go over and you structure a phone call, an email, a text message that's kind of scheduled out. From there, they look for systems to go work in. So the more systems that you can bring to the workplace, the better you work with them. They love to go over and plan things. They don't like to just go off on the cuff. A blueprint person likes to stay within the box. And for them, they also like to have processes and predictability. So the more that you are readily available and connected to them, and it's not just a relationship just for tick for tack, you're going to have a better time with them. They also want you to be very responsible as you're going to connect them, because for themselves, they're already very responsible. They're the ones that will work on time, leave on time. If they have to stay extra, they go and do that. They have a sense of duty and honor. A lot of our first responders go over and have that duty, sense, and honor. A lot of our military and veterans, corporately and because of culture, have that duty and honor. They love to be within the rules, and they also like to have lots of traditions. I'm not going to give you everything because this is a quick 30,000 foot lesson, but for them, they really like to stay within the box. So if you're connecting with them and you're wanting to have better sales connections, you want to have better relationship connections, you want to have better overall relationship with them, either email, in person, or over the phone, for them, you got to be systematic. For them, systematic is key. So your Bankify tip for blueprints. So if this person sounds like one of your coworkers, sounds like the person in IT, sounds like maybe your boss or your subordinate, or maybe it's yourself, and this would resonate with you. To Bankify with them and to go over and work with a blueprint well is to tell the truth. You don't sugarcoat it. You don't go around it. You don't try to go minimize and everything else. You tell the truth as it is and focus on the facts. They don't want to get into all the nitty gritty minutia if they don't need to, unless it's fact oriented. They don't want the side chatter. They don't want the extra talk and fluff. You tell the truth and you focus on the facts. You're going to have a way better relationship this time back in the boardroom than you did last time with them. I can tell you that 3 of my coworkers in my upper echelon at my day job goes over and has this style. I have to get into the Excel sheets. I have to be accurate what I'm doing. I have to own my own mistakes. And once I created a good system, then they're better with me and they interact better. And then they become more relational. These people are very loyal as friends too. So once you get your truth in line, don't go over and try to go left and right, and then you focus on the facts, then you go have a better relationship with them. So that is the blueprint style of that. Now you have the action style. The action style person is a tad different. The action style for the kids card, and if they're not English speaking people you're working with, this is a great card that works internationally to go over and work with, universally across the board. Here's the actual card in the sense of the English. I think we have French now if you want to go over and look at that. For them, they blow the box open. They're a totally different person to go over and connect within the boardroom. For them, they look for freedom. They want to have the flexibility to go the direction that they want to go. They want to have the freedom to be spontaneous. They love to have attention. So they're the ones that rather be in front of the room than the back of the room. The blueprint people are going to be more at the back of the room than the action people. The action people love to get in front of the room. They're the ones that love to grab the mic and to go over and speak. They're the ones that will be your voices for your business. If you have a marketing team, they would love to be a part of it. They love to be the actors on the side. They look for opportunities all the time. So they might be going from boardroom to boardroom. They're the ones that more likely during this COVID season, they might not come back to your work or have a plan to go do something else. They might have a side hustle because they love opportunities. They love excitement. They're waiting for the airports to open back up to go over and to travel, not just personally, but professionally. They love to go to if you're military and you're a veteran, TDY, temporary duty, is huge for them. They love to go TDY. They would love to go on a deployment, as long as it's a good deployment, of course. And for them, they love to go over and to win. So they love the competition. So if you want to bring that community back into the boardroom and connect well, bring some competitions back to the place. Maybe have a weight loss competition. Maybe have like, hey, I've done the least amount of, Zooms this week, or maybe you had the most face-to-face interactions. Again, be safe, 6 feet. But they also love to have lots of fun. They're very stimulating. They like the things to go fast and at a quick pace. Just like we looked at the card earlier, they love to go and race the car, to have the win, to have the bling. They like to go dressed up. For them, now they get to go over and show off what they go over and wear. So if you're interacting with them, your Bankify tip for them as actions or for yourself, and this might be just an aha moment because maybe you just realized this was something you had, but you never had words to it. If you're Bankifying with a action person and you want to take it to the next level, skip the small talk. They don't like the whole everything. Blueprints and actions are very similar, but the actions like things to go fast. They don't want the small talk. Just go over and get straight to the bottom line. If you get straight to the bottom line, you're going to have a better chance of influencing them, a better chance going over and selling to them, a better chance to connect with them, and a better chance to go over and have that boardroom environment go a lot smoother than it did probably months ago. So that is the action style in a nutshell. Going from there, we also have the nurturing style. Again, the nurturing card is yellow, or it's actually yellow, and this is the closest color we could use. As you go over and see, it's kind of pixelating, is that you can go over and see that they look for things of the heart. They love compassion. For them, and here's the card with the words. And again, if you're interested in cracking your code and the people that you work with, go over and put in the comments, crack my code. I'll send you the link. So going from there, they love relationships. They love to have they love to be authentic, and they want you to be authentic. So being real for them is most important. They love to have significance, and they're much into teamwork. So getting back to work and working with the team is going to be great for them. They kind of been missing that. They love to be involved in the things on the side and the events that are around the workplace. And if you have potlucks and different things and different events that they can go connect with, they're the ones that like to be involved. They love to have the sense of the community. So for them, they've been going stir crazy because if they've had to work at a desk job because they were at home pre-COVID and now they get to go back to work with people, they're excited. They do care and they want to keep your safety in mind, but if they can work close proximity to people, they will. They have a high sense of ethics and morals. They love to keep harmony and peace in the workplace. So if you're in that corporate environment and you're in the boardroom and this conflict, they're going to try to go be that mediator to go and resolve it. And they love to have contribution. They want to have the contribution count. They don't want to be the person behind the scenes, just never be seen and not knowing that their contribution is of worth. So for them, that's a nurturing person in a nutshell. Now, if you're connecting with them, no matter if it's in the virtual boardroom reconnection or in the real boardroom, the Bankify tip for nurturers is listen for real. And what I mean by that is that you put your heart, your soul, and your mind in there. You're doing active listening. You're reflecting back. You're going over and engaging with them and actually being involved. They want your active engagement. When they're going over and talking to you, they want you to be authentic. And don't get distracted by anything else. So if you're handy dandy, I don't have it with me, your handy dandy cell phone is with you, you need to go put that away. You need to go shut off the phone. You can turn off the monitors, go over and lean forward and be engaged in the conversation. For them, that speaks wonders. Give them 15 minutes, they'll give you the world. Again, give them 15 minutes, you give them the world. The last style, and just so you guys know, I'm on a green screen for this conference room. So if my card goes away, it's because that's the reason why, because it's green. So the knowledge, which is our last style, and it's not because it's the least style. They're a blend of everything. It's just the order. So this is the knowledge card. You're seeing just the white in there. Is that's the symbols. And again, this is the card. A little harder to see because it's taking over. Nope, there's no way for me to show you. It is too green. All right. So again, if you're interested going learning this system and carrying these cards with you, you can go digitally and put a comment in there and say, crack my code. If you're interested in actually getting in the cards, then you can go over and get back with me and I'll connect you with the right resources. So going from there, they love to go over and learn. They're highly intelligent in a specific area most of the time. They speak logically. Whatever logic goes over and fits, it goes over and fits. For them, they love to have self-mastery in whatever they're doing. So these guys and girls typically are in a certain place, in a certain niche, and they love to grow in that particular niche. Now, if you have more of the action style people, they're going to move from place to place, move from business to business. The nurturer moves from movement to movement. The knowledge moves from job to job to get to that next self-mastery level. So they probably will stay with your company for a long time as long as it fits their self-mastery goals. From there, they easily adapt technology. So for them, the Zooms and the instant message and the text message and the web collaborations, all that stuff, that was probably a breeze for them typically. And then they love to do research and development. So they're going to go over and be able to take a lot of that information and go regurgitate that back because they love to do research and development. They're into the sciences. They are big into universal truths. They want to be an expert where they're at. Think of Spock. Bam, my finger's broken. So that's the reason why I can't do the true Spock. But they go over and they live long and prosper is probably, they resonate with that. Going from there, they love to have the big picture and they're accurate in their speech, in their thoughts, and their words. They're usually not wrong. And here's the big tip if you deal with them and they are wrong, and you know it, is the Bankify tip for the knowledge people. Don't waste your time arguing. I'm telling this to myself too, because it's very hard. I love to argue. I love to debate. If I see pitfalls in a conversation, I love to speak my mind. I tend to go over and rant. I'm learning how to grow in that, but don't argue with them. Let them be right. There's an old saying that my wife says, it's better to be kind than to be right. So it's a blend of the knowledge style and the nurturing style. Approach them in a different way, different time, different season. Unless it's morally, ethically, business, gonna go over and destroy, you gotta say, is this a major or a minor? If it's a major, hold on to it. If it's a minor, let it go. It's going to go help you go over and thrive. So This is only a taste. So if you're going back to the boardroom and you're saying to yourself that, "Ah, I gotta go work with Susie again. I gotta go work with Johnny. I gotta work with Sergeant Smith. I gotta work with Corporal Dan," or whoever it is. Maybe it's Lieutenant Wilson. No matter who it is, if it's no matter if it's who it is, as a military veteran and first responder, the relationships can either be awesome or they can be sucky. And a lot of times it's because, again, we are delivering ourselves and not delivering the values that they go over and need. So, my superhero challenge to you is, if you're ready to take it to the next level and you're saying to yourself, I'm just frustrated in the boardroom, this transition as a military veteran and first responder, if you're leaving the force right now, I can feel for you. I left the military active duty 8 years ago, and you guys are leaving on different predecessors. Things are going fast, and you're like, I need a change. I need a pivot. I'm either getting out of the military. As a veteran, I struggle where to get to the next point, or I'm a first responder, and I'm like, this world's getting crazy. I need to rebuild myself. But you have a heart to go over and connect with relationships. If you're ready to take it to the next level, sign up for the webinar, which is in the ticker today below. Referral code Daniel Faust. And I'm going to share my screen real quick to go over and show you actually where the link is at. So we're going to share screen right here. We're going to go to my Chrome tab. We're going to go to webinar registration and then hit share. Boom. So right here, you go over and see this webinar link. So you can just go over and go to Facebook and instant message me if this link is too long, but this is what you'll be signing up for. So this webinar is to help you optimize your business and maximize results with the Intro to the Bank coaching program. So if you're wanting to pivot in life, or you want to add this into your boardroom life where you're working, where you're at, you can go unlock the secrets of science and systems to optimize your business and maximize your results. You get an opportunity to learn 6 bank intelligences. So right now we're touching personality intelligence. I gave you a brief synopsis on personality intelligence. I mean, very brief. We just barely scratched the surface. And you actually get into the bank iOS, which is the intelligence operating system. You get to learn the 6 different intelligences that will impact your life and business, from personality, sales, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence. We have a fantastic artificial intelligence that'll help you go over and crack anybody's personality code so you can leverage this. Also talking about how to use it in a business intelligence and even a spiritual intelligence, how to go over and carry this. This makes up the trifecta to make you unstoppable and basically make you a modern day superhero. So as we go over here, from war hero to superhero, we take your lives from the bedroom to the boardroom. This model can be carried from the bedroom to the boardroom. So if you're interested in becoming a certified codebreaker coach, or this is interesting to you, I'd love for you to go to this. So the people that are really do really well with this is people that naturally want to speak, they want to coach, they train. Maybe you've authored as a book. Maybe you were a past teacher. This can go over and create thousands of dollars of income each month. I am a coach right now. I'm going through the final processes of that. This is a 90-minute webinar. So check it out. Go over and check out the link. We'd love to go hear from you to go over and to do that. So this is key if you're wanting to take it to the next level. You get access to great trainers. You get access to great software and great tools. If you're a techie person and you love the technology, it goes over, and that's huge. The artificial intelligence is revolutionary. Google was going to buy this off my parent company that trained me on this. I would highly go recommend it. So look at the link in the ticker in the bottom. If you're ready to take a next level, this is your superhero challenge. Sign up for the webinar. Put in the referral code Daniel Faust. You will be so surprised and so floored at the presentation. And if you go over and sign up, please go over and direct message me so I can be there with you. I usually go to these events when somebody goes over and goes. So for me to go over and serve you better, please go send me a direct message if you sign up for this webinar. I'd love to go over and serve you. answer your questions, answer it from a future coach becoming one, and how to go implement this. And also the team will be there to go over and support you. So I want to thank you guys for tonight. Hope you guys have a great evening. Come back tomorrow again to reconnect in the boardroom for another lesson to go make your lives transform from the bedroom to the boardroom and make your reconnection thriving instead of just surviving. All right, guys. We are always a dialogue with this. That's my last comment. Go over and put any comments in the feed. I will get back with you. But me done talking live is done for now. Have a great day.